And we are on Geometry Worksheet 101. And the first problem I'm going to be working on is the problem on the top left side of the worksheet, which is the problem with the cylinder. And the question is, what is the volume of the cylinder? So I'm going to go first and draw what we've got on the worksheet here, which is a picture of our cylinder. So we have our cylinder. Let's draw the top. And then we have the sides of the cylinder and bottom of the cylinder. And what it tells us in the problem is that the radius of the cylinder, which I'll just draw here, is 6. And the height of the cylinder they're giving us is 20. And so the question really is, what is the volume? Well, what is the formula for the volume of a cylinder? Well, if you actually look at a cylinder, you actually can think of a cylinder as a bunch of circles that are stacked up on top of each other, right? If I gave you, a bunch of circles, right, and imagine they're really, really thin, right, and I kept drawing them here, if you stack them up kind of like a can, you get a cylinder. So what you really can think of is the height of a cylinder, or the volume of a cylinder, excuse me, is really just the area of a circle multiplied by the height of the can or the cylinder. So what's the area of the circle? So if I draw a circle, the circle has a radius. Remember, a radius is just a line drawn from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. That distance is what we call the radius. And now the area of this circle is what's called pi times the radius squared. Now you might be asking, what's this thing called pi? So pi, which is also can be spelled out as pi for pi. Pi is a known constant. I won't get into how pi was discovered. It was actually discovered back in ancient Greece. But pi is a known constant that we use in geometry, and its value is approximately 3.14. So whenever you see a formula with pi, just substitute 3.14. So going back to our cylinder, we know that a cylinder is just a stack of circles, and we know that the area of a circle is just pi r squared. So the volume of a cylinder is just the area of the circles, pi r squared, multiplied by the height, which is h. That's the volume of a cylinder. So for our original problem, we can go ahead and plug our numbers in. So pi is, as we said, 3.14. The radius they're giving us is 6, and we'll square it. And the height they give us is 20. So we just need to work through this. So let's first simplify. 6 squared is 36, 6 times 6, and then the 20. Now we'll go over here, we have some room, and we'll continue multiplying out. 3.14, 36 times 20 is, if you do it out, 720. And when you multiply this out, and you can use your calculator for this, you actually end up with 2,260.8. And that's the final answer for the volume.